ReMax agents are walking into a tech adoption fight before the real deal even closes. And CoStar just dropped its 60th straight double-digit quarter, while Homes.com agent subscribers jumped 205%. This is my real estate show, Unfiltered. I'm Sandi Lyn and Brennan, and I scaled a nationally expanding brokerage 7 states in 7 months after I was tired of seeing agents settling for the status quo. I'm joined here for the very first time by Brennan Cook. Brennan?
Thank you, Sandi. It's great to be here. I am your new West Virginia broker. More to come, possibly later. I have big real estate background and teams and everything like that. Love what we're doing, ready to scale, ready to bring some knowledge.
I'm so excited, Brennan. I'm so excited to tell the audience your story and how we met and the power of social media and all of that other stuff. So I can't wait to get into it. We're also joined by our very favorite producer, Brian. I served in the Marines with Brian over 20 years ago. Not trying to out us with our age there, Brian, but dang, it's been a few minutes, huh? I guess one thing that I tried to change with my vision in this brokerage, and when Holly and I were talking about, okay, what are we trying to create here? It wasn't so much the exact numbers in the model that we wanted to focus on, because somebody's always going to beat us. Somebody's always going to be a little bit cheaper. Somebody's always going to whatever. So what we wanted to do was create something that's reasonable. All right, this is reasonable. We're not ripping anybody off. We want to make sure they feel like they're getting good value. But what are they getting for what they're paying? That was the most important thing to me in a brokerage. What do you get for what you're paying? So the best thing that I can compare it to is I will feel like I've made it in life when I get a Birkin. When I get an Hermes Birkin bag, and those are I don't know what, they start at 15 grand, and they go upwards of $250 to $500,000. These are fucking handbags, okay?
Okay.
And women line up to buy them, but here's the thing. I can't just go walk into an Hermes store and buy one. I can't. I have to buy so much from Hermes and then be invited to even be considered to purchase a Birkin, okay? It's a certain milestone in your life, right? Kind of like a Rolex watch. And a Rolex watch is just a watch, but it's such a high value item that people hold it in high regard and will pay for it, right? So that was kind of what I had in mind when designing this brokerage. I want it to be a high value item, and I want it to be invite only, because these agents, it's just they're slinging around and they're sleeping around with all these different brokerages, and it's you can't control who's going to join you once you align your reputation with this brokerage and you start forging this new path and putting it out there with your name with this brokerage, and then this total douchebag also joins, and you can't help it.
Yeah.
This brokerage, all they care about is their numbers and stuff. So again, I just didn't want it to be a numbers thing. And so I figure that if every agent is worth the same amount to us and it's not a downline thing, maybe it won't hurt us as bad if somebody like that, they wouldn't have us by the balls if they left.
Yeah. And to answer one thing you said, people's attention spans have just fallen off so much over the last few years. Technologies, we need instant gratification. Right now, everybody does. But if everyone is like me, and I think most people in this aspect are like me, we look for service. I will pay a little more for service, and I'm not even saying that we're more expensive. Everything's very on par for what you should get, but it's service. It's with virtual brokerages, a lot of times you get lost. You're just a number. And as they grow, like, you have to find ways to keep the team engaged and agents engaged, and how to appropriately, work with people. It's different at a virtual brokerage. You're not in an office every day. So you have to figure that out. And I think agents will leave for that really fast. If they don't feel heard, if they don't get support, it's the number one thing. And I will go to bat on customer service. I thought about starting a company based on customer service, because how many times do we, like, you buy a TV, it gets messed up. Who gets screwed? Like, you get screwed. The company doesn't do anything to fix it. Or you get a car that's a lemon. Like, they don't care. Once you drive it off the lot, they're not going to help you. Like, even the Better Business Bureau doesn't pick up everything. Like, they don't do enough to protect the consumer needs protected. And I feel like that's what we're going for in the agency world of real estate. It's like, protect our people, support our people.
I really love that. And I think another interesting thing that actually wasn't even in my vision at the very beginning, but it kind of started happening once the right people started formulating our culture, was the level of expectations we have for our agents and for how they operate their business. They love that. They love becoming better agents, and they love being able to protect their clients in ways that they were never taught, ways that I was never taught previously in real estate. And that's been like actually really incredible. So back at previous brokerages that I was with, I just remember like, oh, this is so fucking annoying that they're requiring this extra form, and are you kidding me? And I specifically remember at EXP it being a rule for the brokers to strip all the required paperwork except what was absolutely required by state. So like, brokers had their hands tied behind their backs, and they weren't allowed to, like, it's their license on the line, but they weren't allowed to like broker how they wanted to broker. It's like how EXP wanted them to broker. And so for us, these brokers have been, I love hiring smart brokers because they're showing these agents, no, it's not a matter of if you get sued, it's a matter of when. We're in an extremely litigious industry, and let me show you why this form is going to cover your ass and also help you keep your clients from getting sued. And let me show you why this and this and this and that. And it's been really incredible because my whole real estate life, I've been like, oh, another form, this is so dumb. But then now at this brokerage, I'm like, oh my, they're all like, oh, thank you. Thank you for making us fill out this form. This is amazing. I can't believe nobody cared about us enough to make us fill out a form like this. So it's a different vibe in that atmosphere too.
Yeah, I mean, and it's all in how you phrase it, right? Same way, if you're doing a listing agreement, buyer's agreement, whatever, setting the right expectations is up to you. So like, you should want that extra protection. Your clients should. And if you phrase it right, there's, I don't really understand. And I remember what you were talking about with EXP, because I was on the opposite side of that. Our team, like, we had to do that, but they did that to pay the agents when they were missing like some docs. It was a mess. But then when the brokers had to go back and get docs that were missing, the agents already been paid. They're not getting anything. It's over. So that was,
and why would they?
That was
There's
a mess.
no incentive for them to go turn that in. And then why would the agents go hound their clients after the transaction has
after a closing? Yeah. So
it's like embarrassing.
It was different. Yeah, it was definitely different. Just how you phrase it, set the right expectations from the beginning. There shouldn't be.
It's all about the with them. And so
right.
As long as we're salespeople, right? And so when I was actively helping clients, I would show them the WIFM on every form I had them sign, and I would call it approving paperwork. So automatically they felt in control, you know, and everything like that. What's in it for them to approve this paperwork, right? But now that I'm in this position and, you know, more agent facing, like, I have to show them what is in it for them. Like, why do we develop these rules or regs? And it's not that hard to like explain it to them. And so it's just kind of blown my mind, I guess, what pussies these other company leaders are in how they like just do whatever their top 20 recruiters want them to do, because they're so afraid to lose them.
We could have another long conversation on that one. We could.
And don't
But
get
that
me
definitely
wrong,
happens.
I want my agents happy. Of course I want my agents happy, but not at the detriment of the entire company.
Yeah. No, you're right. You're right.
So actually that's a good lead in to us meeting and how we ended up at the same brokerage, which is like, what an incredible story. I have to back this up for a second, Brennan, because I was actually talking about you the other day, and I really hadn't had a chance to tell this story much, but I don't know if you know this, but I'm a little bit of a hard ass. And so I was like, I'm very hard on myself. That like nobody's harder on me than me. And until I'm where I want to be, I'm like, yeah, there's no time to celebrate. There's no time to, you know, laugh at a joke or watch this show. I mean, get your ass back to work, right? And so I saw something, and I think it was Lindsay on a reel, and Lindsay's our Texas broker, guys, and so she's doing a selfie reel, okay? And behind her, somebody's like holding up a farm and ranch sign, and it's like huge, you know, for a farm and ranch. And I stopped dead in my tracks, and I'm like, holy shit, my company that I created, I have a Texas broker proudly displaying like this huge ass sign with this logo of a company that she believes in. And then the very first like that I saw on that post was you, Brennan, like my West Virginia broker. This guy all the way over in West Virginia is liking it. And then I thought about how you and I got connected, which we'll share with our audience, but that really stopped me in my tracks. And I'm like, wow, I can celebrate this. That is a really powerful thing happening, what we are forming and what we are building. It really did.
No, that's awesome. Like you know that I get fired up, you know. I feel like I've had a chain on for like 2 months holding me back as I'm ready to go. But yeah, I mean it was awesome how we met. I had just had a big change. I was with EXP for years and years. I was on their operations team. I worked with teams, and we did, I think the last year I was there, which was full year, was 2024. I was the senior manager over the US of all their teams across the whole country. Did 117,000 transactions and 34 billion in sales volume. Now that's all the teams. I'm not saying I did that, but our team was a big part. You know, I helped recruit teams. We did, made sure that they were all paid, basically TC work, stuff like that for all these teams. And then big change, they had a layoff. They got, 75% of operational leadership. But I think it set me free, truthfully. And then we run into each other on LinkedIn. I can't remember what it was that you posted, but it was something similar. And, I just hopped on there and I'm like, hey, like, I like what you're doing. Good luck. And, I hope you crush it. I hope you take everybody down. That sparked another conversation. And, Sandi says to me, why don't we talk? I'm like, absolutely. I'd love to talk. And then, here we are 3-4 months later, loved the vision and Sandy got me. She was like, "Hey, this is what I asked first. I said, how can I help?" Um, and then she laid out what what you're trying to do, and I hadn't thought about getting broker yet, but it's like all of the dominoes fell just how they were supposed to. So we ran into roadblocks, but if you think back on it, I truthfully believe, God's got a plan for me, and he puts all these people in the right path. Every roadblock that we hit, we still overcame. So it could have been another year to get licensed and up and running, but different things worked out in my favor. I was proactive for that as well, but it still worked out in my favor and our favor. And here I am, officially licensed as of yesterday. So we're opening up West Virginia. We've got all these big plans. Can't wait to, implement ideas that we talk about together and just help the company grow exponentially.
Man, I'm
Let's
so
be the next
excited.
big
And then
thing.
think about like what you were saying. Everything happens exactly how it's supposed to. And I'll tell you right now, with the types of roadblocks that we encountered and watching your determination and your creativity in overcoming those challenges, it actually was a chance for me to see how you react to tests like that, and my respect for you grew so much even during that time. And so I think that that's another reason that things like that happen, right?
Absolutely. Yeah, and I'll tell, a little bit about what happened. And so commissions, they have a lot going on too, everything. But the test to get in there, you have to take your course twice a year. They have it. So when I reached out, I was like 2 weeks late in their 3-month course. So I'm reaching out to this person who works with this person who's under this person, and they're sending me to everybody. I'm like, "Hey, who do I talk to? I just need to get on my knees and beg you guys to let me in." I said, I said, "I promise I'll be the best student you ever had. I won't miss assignments. I'll finish it quick." This is a 3-month course. I finished it in like 5 weeks after I pushed, I was trying to not finish too fast, but I was also ready to go, and it was, self-paced. So we get through all of that. And I didn't know, and we know this now for future brokers, like everyone listening, if you're going to get your broker's license, whenever you're with a company, get a broker recommendation letter before you leave. You're leaving, even if you don't have the plans yet, get that recommendation, because down the road, you may, depending on the state, need every broker that you've worked for. So tracking that down was a little bit hard. And then because the broker I was just with was a non-NAR broker, every year I was in real estate before that, I was in NAR. But because I wasn't now, I had no access to my records to get my deals. So I had to go back through every document I had. Luckily, I'm pretty organized. I had a lot in my iCloud and everything. So I had to pull all those out, list them, get brokers to sign that, get brokers to sign the recommendation letter. Um, and then even at one point they said, I was with EXP, but they changed brokerages. I had one broker sign for it because I was like, I was with EXP, it'll be fine. They're like, no, you had this broker too, so you got to get that one. But at the end of the day, all of that took a couple of months. Thankfully, I passed the test on the first time. I was a little nervous. It was hard, but it all worked out. And at the end here, they were actually really helpful in getting some stuff set up, the real estate commission here. So now here, 2 months later, I have them. We're ready to go. But it was, it can be a process. So be prepared for it.
Well, and besides learning how crazy it is to actually get your West Virginia broker's license, which, mind you, Brennan, I have had 2 different government secret clearances, and I think that it's up there. It is up there with the amount of paperwork that I had to do for my Department of Defense secret clearances. I'm not even exaggerating.
At least we know West Virginia doesn't play on brokers. You're not just going to walk in here and get your broker's license. It's not going to happen.
No, sir, you are not. West Virginia brokers have got their shit together, that's for sure.
That's right. That's right.
I mean, yeah. And so another thing that I learned about you through that process is what a great networker you are, and how you're really good at, I don't want to like say sweet talking, but like something that you and I have in common, which I very much respected about you, is like no was not an option in your head. So like you had completely missed the window for the class, and it was only happening twice a year, so the next one was in the fall. You'd missed the window, they'd locked it down, and you were like, I am getting in this class, Sandi, don't worry, I'm gonna figure it out, I'm gonna talk to them. And so talk to me about like maybe how you built that skill. Or
I would tell you it's not a skill. A lot of people are really good at that and sweet talking people, and I think those are salesmen. I'm not a salesman. I hate sales. Truthfully, here I am in real estate. I do mortgage. I used to sell life insurance, but I'm not a salesman. I love building relationships with people. And I think people can tell when you're fake and when you're not. So what I try to focus on, and I love people, truthfully, like I love people. You wouldn't know that if you were in the car with me, because I have zero patience for drivers. I might yell and beep and stuff like that, but I really, really love people. And I try to meet as many people as possible. I try to travel and meet, like anytime something comes up, first company, get together here. I'm brand new. I'm coming to my summer vacation. Like I will do whatever I have to do that. But I love to network with people, and people, they really know, like I try to listen. I try to build that relationship, because you never know, you need people all the time. You never know when you're going to need someone else. Like at so many points of this process, like I was reliant on someone else to help me. So I think if I focus on helping as many people as possible, and that's another thing about, why while we start trying to reach out to agents here and seeing who might be interested in West Virginia, like I'm going to do everything I can for you, because I care, I listen, and my goal is always to help as many people as possible, because that's how you become successful. I don't think you become crazy successful by just stepping over people and trying as hard as you can at anything. I think it's help other people reach their goals, and they will elevate you to your goals.
I love it. Well, I mean, hey, this was amazing to talk and like get to know you a little more, and have like the audience get to know you. And this is the first time that I've had the opportunity to interview somebody as they're coming into the company. So what are your thoughts on that as we wrap it up? Do you think it's a good idea?
Absolutely. Yeah. I say interview and, catch people off guard, honestly. Like, hey, you're at your best when you're uncomfortable, I think. Like, you need to be comfortable getting uncomfortable. I think it could be a good chance
for them to like share at least a clip or their part of the episode as they're dropping their announcement too, maybe.
Yeah. And then look at it, 5 years down the road. Like, let's see, when they came in, here's how it was.
They really hate me.
Yeah. See how the relationship grows with you. For what it's worth, hey, listen, I think you're a sweetheart.
Well, don't tell anybody.
I won't tell anybody.
And by the way, did I hear this correctly? Is your wife's name Brooke?
No.
Okay, I thought you said Brooke earlier. What is her name?
Her name's Elliman.
Okay, thank God.
Elliman, yeah.
Because I was about to say, is it Brooke Cook?
No. I honestly, I don't know where did you think you heard me
earlier
say Brooke?
Today, I heard you say the name Brooke. I swore I heard you say that at our company meeting, and I was trying to figure out. And so I'm glad we got to the bottom of that.
Yeah, I don't even know.
I've been meaning to ask what your wife's name was. Yeah. I should have just made you go, but no,
yeah.
I'll throw it out there. So
that's
okay.
Tell
Aislinn hello from me.
I will.
That's a cool name, actually.
It's very cool. Yeah, very unique.
Oh, and I'll end with this fun fact. So, I play piano. You play piano. Apparently, Robert Rossi out of Texas and Lindsay Holland. All of us play piano.
So
that's nuts.
So we're starting a band.
We're starting a band. We're absolutely doing it.
Yeah. Okay, I love it.
All right. Well, so ReMax agents, we didn't get to that, but they are like battling about their tech with Real, and we'll tell you more about that on the next episode. We also didn't get to the CoStar thing, and we'll talk about that on another episode as well. West Virginia Open at my real estate company with Brennan Cook as the managing broker, which took an act of God to get his license. That is the show. So, yeah, close us out, Brian.
What? I don't have anything.
You don't have the song yet?
Oh, no, I don't have the song.
Like, our ending song?
Nope.
Thank you for having me on, though. I'm super excited. And hey, if any agents see this and want to talk about working in West Virginia, come holler at your boy.
It'd be amazing.